solve practical problems. That's why, one of the reasons why we focus in on one of the three legs of the stool, as I call it, open data. And when we launched our open data project in March of last year, it was about meeting some of our own goals, but also being part of this wider open data and open government movement that's taking place around the world. So we opened a portal, data.gc.ca, and it really is a one-stop shop for federal government data, downloaded free of charge by Canadian citizens, by researchers, by voluntary organizations, by private sector businesses. It's open and accessible to everyone. And so far, we have published on data.gc.ca more than 272,000 data sets. So that's a data, and we're continuing to expand the data sets that are available. They include everything from building permits and wait times for non-emergency surgeries to pollution emissions and lineup times at the border, something that Sault Ste. Marie cares a lot about. StatsCan, for instance, has made its community-level health profiles available, as well as 2001, 2006, and 2011 census data and socioeconomic and geographic data. This will, again, I can start to see the wheels turning in some of your heads about how that could be applied to some of the organizations that are involved in this innovation center. Environment Canada has put up information about fish stocks and freshwater quality indicator data from the Canadian Environmental Sustainability Indicators Program. The Atlantic Canada Opportunities Agency has provided data about projects that have been approved by the agency since 1995, something that could perhaps FedNor do as well. And about my department, the Treasury Board, we're also making data available on departments and agencies' financial expenditures, tables from the 2011-2012 main estimates, data from the 2008 and 2011 public service employee surveys, just to give you an example of something that Treasury Board's doing. So these data sets are still evolving, but I think it's pretty clear to me and to others that if we're going to capitalize on these long buried gems of information, we have to reach out to entrepreneurs and innovators like the ones in this room to turn this raw data into usable apps that will benefit all Canadians and that will help us drive innovation like we're trying to do at the Innovation Center, and of course spur economic growth, create jobs and new opportunities. Let me give you a couple of examples of the potential in action. Now I'm sure I'm going to take a wild stab that most of you have smartphones, and that you probably have two apps on that smartphone for sure. You've got a weather app and you've got a map app. Now both of those apps are based on government data. Just to give you an example, the Weather Network app, that's the one I use, has 32 million monthly mobile users, and it is the second most popular smartphone app. As for the GPS data that is the foundation of mapping applications, that is something that in the United States, for instance, it's estimated to have unlocked $90 billion in value in the US alone. That's not even worldwide. So when we look at map applications like that can come from GPS data, we know that is just the beginning and there is more to do. In the UK, for example, they're planning to release high